first, let's start off with a little bit of information about you. So tell us who you are and where you're from.
Okay, my name's Linda Kerlin, and I live in Jasper, Tennessee.
Right up the road a ways, right?
Not too far
Yes,
away.
good. Tell us about the medium that you work with and what drew you to this medium.
Okay, I use batik on paper, and this is a Japanese paper that I've used. So it's a little bit different than your typical watercolor paper, and it's something new that I've started using. I'm using mulberry papers and Japanese papers. And what I do is, I don't have anything in mind. I'm an intuitive painter, so I draw with hot wax on the paper. And the wax is a beeswax and Damar varnish combination. So I'm just really, I listen to music, I'm real inspired by music, and I'm just putting marks on the paper. Then I take the paper and I put it on my easel, and I start adding inks and acrylics, watered down. And I'm not really that worried about the color. I put it on pretty fast. This probably took like 10 minutes as far as the initial first color, not the whole thing. And from there, I start bringing out shapes. So this actually is collage, all the brown, but it's, this is mulberry paper, which I use my own collage materials too. I'm using batik with the wax, and sometimes I use those as a collage material as well as a beginning. And from there, I'm just adding color, texture. I'm trying to get a feel for that. I want it to speak to me. I want it to have a lot of movement. This one particular, I played with the blues and the greens, and I think that's what I like about it. I guess that's my favorite color right now, are the greens. But I used a combination, you know, it's not all the same color of green or all the same color of blue.
Yeah,
So
that's beautiful. So how have the past few months been for you as we found ourselves in this weird pandemic time? Has it helped your creative process and made it better? Has it changed it? What's that been like for you?
when it first happened, I felt melancholy, but I've been painting full time for the first time in my life, and I've been painting since the 80s. And so I've never been able to paint as much as I have been in the last 5 years. I've been painting full time. So it's almost like I was preparing myself for the epidemic, because I'm so used to staying home. Sometimes I don't leave for a week or two, and I just paint. So it's a great thing. It really didn't change that much for me. It just made me think about the little things that I like to do. Now it's a lot harder, and it doesn't seem as much fun. And I'm a little worried. I'm worried about like the children in school. So it's worrisome, but I think for the most part I really was prepared. It's almost like I knew.
That's great. You just
So-
could keep right on trucking with
so
no
I
problems.
keep on painting. I try to paint every day if I can.
That's great.
Sometimes I even paint on Sunday. It's become it's almost like a habit for me. I just have to do it. It gives me a lot of joy, and I want to get my work out there, and I want it to be seen.
Yeah, well, we're excited to see it at Festival. So
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you so much for
excited
sharing.
that you're going to have the
Yes.
festival, because a lot of stuff's been canceled.
Yes, we're going to do our best and we'll see what happens.
So I'm appreciative. of
Great.
that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your work with us.
Thank you.